And we are live with 6 to 12 Eyes with Mr. Xavier Black, Mr. Sherman Harris, and I, Latricia Penny. We are going to be discussing the movie Sinners and our reflection of it. It's been up for a lot of nominations recently. And so we're just going to talk about that. And we tend to talk about that and then. So, once again, 6 to 12 Eyes. Let's get it started.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, all
Everybody
right,
good?
all right. Sharm, you were the last person to actually see the movie. So why don't you uh, give us your thoughts and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, first thoughts is once again, Michael B. Jordan is a freaking genius. Um, and then I thought the cast was amazing.
Hmm.
And secondly, I did not know what I was getting into. Most of the time, I read the previews for a movie, and I'm good with what's whatever movie is going to be about. This one just said thriller, right? That's all it said was thriller. Y'all did not tell me that it was the black version of From Dusk Till Dawn. Everybody was going to be chilling, and there was going to be some creepy people coming in, and then next thing you know, you got Cajun voodoo Irish people that are vampires. Man, now here, man. I was kind of mad at y'all. I don't know. Did I text you? I don't know if I
Yeah,
remember texting you or
you
not,
did
but
in the middle of the movie. You did.
I was kind of mad at y'all. I was like, "What the hell is? Wait!" And I looked at Heather. I was like, "Did you know this was about to happen?" She was like, "I thought you knew," and we were both sitting there like, "How?" However, that being said, every award that this movie that is up for, I'm not sure. I'll look it up. I'm not sure what all the awards that it's up for, but very worthy of it. This was again another classically well done, and I don't want to call it black movie, but uh, a movie done by black folks that nobody can deny the quality of the movie, the quality of the acting, the quality of the story. I mean,
Yeah.
everything about this movie hit. If you have a movie checklist, everything popped off on this movie, including the special effects with Michael B. Jordan playing his twin brother. Just like,
Blue
man,
played three characters in that movie. I
that's
mean, you
insane.
count the twins and then the brother when he was older. Um,
Oh yeah.
that in and of itself is just incredible. But when you add in the precision in which he did it, you know, you believe he was stacked. You know what I mean? You believed it. You felt it. You mean when he turned when the camera turned, you believed he was his brother, even though you looking at the same guy.
You know
Um,
it's the same dude, but
yeah.
it
But
was
you
still believable.
it was like make you halfway question a little bit because he definitely had those roles like to a T. And everything they did with it as far as the color during it, like they both had on their different colors throughout the movie as well. Um and even how one of the Lord help me with the names. Um but one of the love interests where they said when they were taping that you could automatically tell who he was, just by how he was behind the scenes, like who he's about to be, because the energy would shift. And so,
Wow.
True, true.
yeah, like it's a whole totally like, oh, okay, that's who that is. Oh, okay, this is who he's about to play, because the energy would be totally different for both.
Yeah.
And I think he conveyed the energy of both just superb, excellent, like without a doubt.
So you
You
had Stack, and who was the other brother? What was the other brother's name?
when the slimmest that,
Yeah,
uh,
Slim and Stack, right? Correct.
Yeah.
uh,
Okay. So the young man who I saw
Oh
another
no,
video,
it was Smoke and Stack.
smoking
Smoke
Smoke.
and
Stack.
Stack.
Okay. Okay. Yep. My bad. Yeah.
Slim, Slim was the other,
The
another black
Slimmest.
movie.
Yeah, I'm on that other
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Help me
That
remember
was
that.
another. That was another good movie.
That
That
was
was
another
another
good
good
one.
black movie.
Yeah. Um, but I saw a video where it talked about the young man who played the guitar, and as when he was young, he wore
Oh
hats.
yeah, yeah.
He wore hats. He wanted to be like Smoke,
Mm-hmm.
right? and his hat looked like smoke. But then as he got older, he was much more reserved, like Stax was. And then if you look in the movie, when they showed him in his older, he was wearing a hat that would have been similar to what Stax would have worn. So if you talk about the evolution of maturity, this young man, he was Michael B. Jordan's characters, one was more wild and the other one was a lot more reserved. Through this movie, that young man who survived, well, he wanted to be wild, and then he, as he got older, became much more reserved, a pattern which I think many of us follow. You know,
I don't even know if I viewed him as wanting to be wild. I just viewed him as wanting to be free.
yeah,
I didn't see him as really wanting to do too much more than what was innately given to him as his craft, his art, his passion, like his God-given talent. But his father had put restrictions on what that needed to look like. It could only be in these four walls were the only place that you were supposed to do that. And I think that's the thing with a whole lot of people, as far as churches or what have you, for whatever your gift and talent that God gave you already, because that was a God-given talent that he had.
yeah,
But his father had restrictions. So it wasn't like he wanted to do too much. He just wanted to do what he loved. So, in that area, that, like I think in certain areas, especially more rural, the age thing and the how things move is a lot different. So it's not about that, certain things are kind of normal and it's not as age restrictive, because half of it is whoever down the road, then maybe in a more a city kind of space. So I don't even know if it was like wanting to be wilder, but I just felt like that was something that he loved and it was his gift, and his father was like, you got to choose.
okay. Maybe wild isn't the wild isn't the word. Free, if we use free, Smoke was free. He did whatever the fuck he wanted to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? He, hey, do what I do, and so was Stax. But one was a lot more reserved.
Definitely.
And he in his older character, he was much more reserved.
He was more strategic,
Yeah.
Well, he was a thinker. He was the manager of the team, basically.
Yeah.
He was supervisor.
Like, we could do this, but we got to watch it. Yeah.
I mean, just like, just don't shoot nobody in front of the store, but shoot somebody in public anyway, just to prove a point. Not because there's. I was like, you're taking it too far, bro. Why are we shooting?
We can't hear you.
You did something to your volume.
Oh, I know what happened. Hold on.
Okay.
All righty.
1 second.
All right. This is live TV, and we are on a small commercial break.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We can hear you. We just can't see you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. There we go.
Okay.
Well, that's a Bluetooth thing. Wifey pulled the car into the garage, and then just went. So she just heard everything I just said in the car.
Oh, okay. Sometimes those things happen.
Yeah.
Because we're connected.
Glad we weren't talking bad about her.
If ever. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and obviously the car is not completely off yet. So we'll just wait a second.
There we go. It's killing me, y'all. It's killing me.
It's okay. Who knew? She didn't know.
She didn't know. It's all right. It's not her fault. But all right. So you can hear me now. We're good?
Yeah.
All right. So was anybody thrown off or very amused and very entertained by the Asian family?
Very much so.
I mean, just the way they talk, the dialect, everything, just coming from the Asian face. I hate to be racist, but I love them from Jump Street.
They were thrown into the movie. when you look at the cast, it's like, okay, where would they come from? Why would they be there? You know, um, what were their what were their occupations? You know, you remember? Did they say that? I don't
They
remember.
had a store. Like they
Yeah, they
literally
own the store.
they own the
Okay,
store.
so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
and he
maybe
ran the syndicate in that little town. So yeah,
I thought I
that little
put
Asian
that in
family
my
ran
head.
everything.
I thought
Oh,
maybe I made that up in my head, and I didn't want to, just say it and be wrong. But it mirrored the demographics of an inner city. You
oh,
know,
absolutely,
Mm.
you know.
absolutely. I just thought it was I thought it was a really good plot twist to one to include the Asian experience that was also part of Western culture back then and Southern culture back then. But also making them like kind of like the kingpins, kind of like Stack's go-to people to like to get some stuff done, and we're part of an intricate part of the syndicate. I just thought it was really a really good spin in it, and made people hopefully spark conversation is going to make people like look a little bit deeper into their side of the history, because I thought it was very interesting and very much a good contrast as well with just the Asian experience and Black experiences at the same time, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Mhm.
I think that I don't know. It's kind of twofold because yes, it's like kind of what an inner city is now. Sometimes, as far as like who you go to for certain things. Um, I think also there was a history of at times with some Asians, and I don't know for certain, but I do know there's a couple of stories that um, when they weren't welcome, sometimes blacks assisted with housing or what have you because people didn't want to rent to them. So
Mhm.
I find it interesting that there was more of a communal thing in the movie, but not necessarily now.
Mm. Well, well, I think it would probably depend on where you are now, because I would tend to think that places that have like, because I've never lived in an environment or a city where there was a large Asian population or been around that Asian
Mm-hmm.
population. So, like for instance, in San Francisco, you got Chinatown, Koreatown, things like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
could see how the ghettos could kind of intersect, and that could be part of it. Same things that from what I understand, in the boroughs of New York, in Brooklyn, some of the fruit markets and stuff are owned by the Koreans and the Chinese, and the
Mm-hmm.
bodegas are owned by the Indians. So if and and the brothers live in the neighborhood, so I could see how that there is an intersection. I've never seen it, but I've just never been in that environment. But I could see how that is a complete replica of what is actually probably going on, today. I mean, there's Dave Chappelle skits about, black folks going into the Asian bodegas, to get some stuff done. So I think it's still very much a culture. I just don't know if we're exposed to it or see it.
So to Trisha's point about it being communal, and um, when Asians were brought here, when Asians came here and they weren't accepted by the masses, but then accepted within Black communities. Um, the problem is that when enough of them got here, they still had community. We Our idea of community was stripped away from us. So when enough of them got here, they developed their own community, just like
Yeah.
the Italians and just like every other nationality where you go and you find these neighborhoods or within the cities or cities within cities that like for instance in Detroit you go to Hamtramck and you have Bangladeshi, you got Indonesian, you got all of those Middle Eastern Middle Eastern nationalities in this one area. You go to Dearborn, obviously, and you have a whole nother sect. You go to Warren and you got the Chaldeans, you know what I'm saying? And so they've developed communities. We didn't have a sense of community that was stripped from us. So when enough of them got here, yeah, they developed their own communities. you know.
I was just going for like the math. I'm not going to say that that's not, like we don't have it still to a certain degree, but then there's still um the kind of racism that comes along with I think the newer, not necessarily the older, or maybe it was, but I just, like, because there, been people who've been shot, or there's, when you see some of even the movies now where they'll have, the people following you around, and they're more usually Asian, or what have, just, how they, and like I
Right.
said, not been my experience personally, but just in looking at some of the stories, when you look online, or this, that, and the other, it's just historical kind of things, tidbits here and there. And what it's turned to is, this I'll just say, once again, not as necessarily communal, not as necessarily as respectful, not as necessarily as we're moving together. It's more
Mm.
more economic oriented than not. And I
Oh,
could
Well,
it always has been. They're gonna look out for them before they look out
once
for
the
you.
shift happened and they had enough to build their community, I
Mhm.
mean, they ain't stupid. You know what I mean? They're like, nah, we get money over here. We get the bread over here. That bread gonna keep coming in. That's an untapped resource. So yeah, we keep our business over here, but we got our community over here.
Mhm.
Over time, the connection, I could see the connection of that community. I could see that being broken. And then with the things that happen within our own community,
Mhm.
right? And um, now you're talking about people who have businesses within broken communities. And yeah, you also add in the perpetuation of myths through the media and whatnot, stereotypes. And then if you're in one of these lower income communities and you're dealing with some of the shit that
Mhm.
goes on in a lower income community, yeah, I can see that making you um, feel a certain way, or view, or your perspective changes, you
Mhm.
know. But
Mhm.
that's the difference between what Chris Rock. See, the argument we're dealing with is what Chris Rock defined as, you got black people and you got niggas. Okay? Okay. Chris Rock said it. He was like, you got black people and
Yeah.
you got niggas. They don't like the nigga shit.
Yeah.
That's what they don't really have a problem with black people, but they
Yeah.
unfortunately if that's what all you see from black people, then you associate that, and
With
and then that's the connection that you have. Because think, if you had a store and goddamn, you got to deal with people coming in and stealing your shit all the time. Like, John, I know I just saw you put it in your coat, John. You was in here 2 days ago and did the same thing, dog. Come on. So yes, I could see that. But if you as far as having that community that you talked about, that connection, that comes with interaction, I believe. That comes
Yeah.
with, because I also believe that those people who own those stores and interact with people, they understand too that everybody ain't doing the stuff that they
The
don't
other,
like. Yeah,
yeah.
they
Mhm.
get that. They get that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't think I was surprised though to see that in the movie. I wasn't really surprised.
I was. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah. So and then just the other dynamics of the Irish. Um
That tripped me out.
and I love that it had some of everybody, because it started out with the native,
Mhm.
indigenous,
Oh, true.
so and them trying to warn, but then because someone's trying to warn, it's like, oh, we're gonna go with our
You're a
own.
hater. Yeah,
You don't.
Right.
Oh, you
we
ain't gonna
don't like
believe us?
you. We don't trust what you saying anyway.
Listen. He was when he was like, oh, that's something about to go down. Oh, you don't believe us? Okay, you get to have that later.
Yep. Yep.
Are you sure you ain't seen the traveler? They like, look, you can sit here talking to them if you want to, or we can just go on and
Like
get
we was
out of
trying to
here.
tell you. He was trying to tell you about
you.
it. Do not say you have not been warned.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure? Is that your last and final answer?
You're positive with this. Okay, I'm just putting it
Right.
out there.
Right. Like, you don't know what you're messing with.
Whew, whew.
Yeah. So, and
The
just
Irish
be
twist did throw me for a loop, though. That was weird.
really why would you say that?
Oh, I don't know, because I guess I'm being stereotypical. I think with vampires, I think Transylvania, Romania, that type of thing.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, and Heather brought this up as well too. She was like, it's still, they got ancient histories as well too. It's. And I'm like, you're right. But
You know what?
this made it even more creepier to me. I don't know if I'm looking forward to St. Patrick's Day right now.
You know what's interesting though, because when it first came out, and I can't say that I'm like up on it like I was initially when the movie came out, the Irish, whatever that boat was that came where they were wondering whether that had happened. I want to say it was in the 20s or what have you, where they were thinking vampires came. But there's like documentation of whatever this boat, they don't know what happened to the people. It was, kind of murderous or what have you. And then you think about what was it, the potato, whatever thing, when they came
Oh, the
over.
Great Potato Famine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, that kind of goes time wise, I think, with all of the stuff as well. So those things
Huh.
are kind of documented. Like I said, I did the big deal. I went to see the movie like twice. And I know I looked at it again at home, and I probably will look at it again because it just of how it was done. And you always pick up, different things. But
Mhm.
when it first came out,
Right.
everybody was like, "Oh, and this and this and this had to do with this." And did you notice this? And did you know? I was like, "Oh shoot, no." And but I remember hearing about that. Like certain things that like once they said, it's like, "Oh, I do remember hearing about that." You know, um, but it's not very popular or anything like that. But it's just like, oh, okay. Who would have ever thought to put it all together, like you said? So,
Right.
but it's like, wow, okay. And how every place has their own history of music,
Mm.
and how I just think of when certain people's voice do hit your soul a certain way. Because that was the whole thing about why they wanted him, was because the music kind of spoke to on the other side as well.
Mm.
So but that it was so touching. And how often have we heard certain people where you're almost moved to cry or you get happy instantly, but when like when people are in that zone and they have this kind of healing ability with their voice, or transcendent, I guess, ability with their voice, because
Mm.
that's basically what they were looking for. It's like his voice was going to be the thing. I don't know if it was about to bring everybody together. I don't know if it was about to be a reunion. Like, I don't know exactly what it was going to do for them, but
That's a
it
party I
was.
don't want to go to, though.
But how, like, but you can't, even with listening to him, you can't deny the energy that's in that young man's voice.
Right.
Facts. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It is kind of, dare I say, otherworldly, or whether there are certain people that hit you a certain way, and he definitely has one of those voices that kind of hits you a certain way. So,
Yeah.
um, and I absolutely love the music scene when they went through all of the genre, like that old school, that new
Yeah.
school, that
Yeah, that
I,
montage kind of tripped me out a little bit. I think I have to do a revisit and see that again because there was a lot going on in there that I don't
I've
think I caught just because I was just like I was trying to piece together how all the genres are coming together or like,
but
but
it
not
is,
in retrospect. Now I get it.
yeah. And that's the whole thing with music too. I think that they always say, and I don't know, like music is that language that hits
Yeah.
everybody. Like that's the one thing that does. I don't care who you are, where you are, or what have you. Music is one of those mediums that can touch anybody, whether you even know what the hell they saying. Because I
no.
think
No.
about like how everybody travel. I'm like, do they redo everybody music in the language, or are they just not knowing what you know what I'm saying? Because you think of all the places that people go to concerts in, it's like, so are they translating it? Or you don't know what but you have a feeling of whatever the thing is. So you
Yeah.
you doing Kendrick Lamar, wherever the hell he be at, because he be everywhere. And it's like, so are they getting the translated version, or is it just the energy of the music and all of that?
It's the energy of the music, and you know, you don't have to understand the words to feel that beat.
Exactly.
That beat start hitting you, and you don't have to you can think of a number of songs or parts of songs where you just like this I like this, or go somewhere and I like this. What is that? Just like you said, it touches you.
Yeah.
You had a voice that touches you, the music.
Yeah,
I think it's audible as well, because I mean sometimes, all those people memorize all the American songs when American bands go on tour, and I know there's some Spanish songs, house music and otherwise hip hop songs that I can recite to you like it's a Tribe Called Quest song. Now, do I know what the hell I'm saying? Absolutely not.
right.
But when the right verse comes on, I can say it verbatim, like I know what I'm talking about, and I think you can hear that in the emotion and impact and as words as well too. Sometimes you don't have to understand the language to understand what the meaning of whatever that phrase or that verse is. So again, transcendent. You just if you feel it, you feel it. So it goes from the beat on to the emotion in the song. Sometimes that's the great thing about music, ladies and gentlemen. So I will never die. And we are from the greatest genre of music ever. So I'm just saying.
Thank you. It popped in my head as soon as you said that, and I was like, "Don't say that again, Drake." But you said it for me.
I'm gonna say it. I'll say it. I'll drop dead saying it. You put it on my urn. Facts.
Yeah. So that was like really one of my favorite parts, just to see, because if you think of the idea that we're all one, and so even when you look at all of that, because we're all supposedly coming from the same place, so if we say that, all of that made sense to me, because it was like the various parts of who we are, who we've been, where we're going, and just how all of those different sounds have come about everywhere. Because even when they were singing, and doing the dance and everything else outside, as far as the Irish, I was like, there is a certain tone to their music,
right,
that is captivating as well. I wouldn't say it's the same as Oh Boy, but there's that resonance though with certain music, that it does move through all of it. Like you said, we may not even know the words, may not even know what the heck we saying, but we feel the energy. And I think that was the thing too that moved. I did get a little uptight with the Asian lady that decided that they were gonna fight, but I guess, whatever.
I agree with that too.
I got it. I was like, what would happen if she wouldn't have? It may have been a 3-hour movie. I'm not totally sure, but
it might have been a 3-hour movie, but you had no business inviting the fools in there. I mean, that was your one defense. Like, come on. I would have killed her right there. I ain't gonna lie. I just stabbed her right in the head right there. I ain't gonna let them get you.
But that humor of the dang on husband after he got
right. Right.
Again, very well written and executed.
Oh my gosh. And so yeah, and then the introduction, I guess, of the of hoodoo. Well, I ain't gonna say introduction, but just how everybody's belief system, because you had the church, you had hoodoo, I'm not sure what else.
Yeah.
You had, whatever the Irish was doing, like it's just all of the different kind of things. And some people, I think it was, go ahead.
You could probably watch that movie 6 or 7 times and come up with so many different things that you missed each time that you watch it. Or, things that you just pick. You didn't miss it. You just didn't pick up on it.
Right.
I saw it. I just didn't know what that was, Yeah.
It's just something to acknowledge. But you're right. She cracked me up. She basically was like, when that little final end before everything really hit the fan, she was just like, that whole speech was basically like, it doesn't matter what you believe. This is the most evil of the most evil, and it doesn't matter who you believe in. They coming for us.
Right.
That's something that we can all equally understand, right?
Yeah. Let's get them.
it made me more mindful afterwards. I'm like, who do I invite in? You know, like why you say, why can't you come in? You know, like why you just gotta stand out there? Oh, you know, just come on. Like I gotta be more mindful who I say, oh, just come on. You know, you're more than welcome. You know,
you would have said, "Come on," you wouldn't have questioned it. Okay, so you would have got.
no, I'm just saying, I said you know, I would have, but I started thinking of how often do we just invite people
Right.
Oh,
in
facts. Yeah.
without necessarily, you know, that's what it made me think of. So not that I would have been like, oh, come on. No, absolutely not. I felt like they had enough garlic and weapons to ride it out to the morning. That would have been
Yep.
me. Let's just ride them out because we already know, you know.
Yep.
And when they mistakenly put old boy out because he was passed out as opposed to turning, that was messed.
That was
that was foul.
I was like, oh my gosh. So, but you know, there's, you know, like I say, everybody has their thing. I would have been on the side of I would have erred on the side of safety too. Like, you know, since we were not sure you go.
I probably would have been talked into that. I'd be like, oh, let's give him a chance. Let's just wait. Let's take him out. You know what? You're probably right. Let's just take him out. I give
I,
people the benefit of the doubt way too much. Let's take him
listen,
out.
I would be like, look here, you know, we'll talk about it tomorrow after we've been on the
right.
inside.
Right.
Right.
Either
You
that or
know
you
what? If you
probably would have
get
locked
got,
him up
right.
Oh
till
goodness.
the sun
If you
come up.
get got, my fault. I'm sorry. I made a mistake, y'all. Better him than me.
Yeah, so but yeah, even at the end part too, when they were when the vampire knew the verses of the Bible and
Mm.
he
Mm-hmm.
talked to them and all that other stuff, I was like, oh goodness, you know, that was some good stuff too. You know, that was some good stuff. It was just good stuff because I think, you know, we have these people, and not that they have to, well, we'll say vampire in a different sense, people that steal your energy, because that's
I like
basically,
that.
you know, so whether it looks like that or not, but we all have sometimes people we've dealt with that steal your energy. So, but
Yeah.
usually they're just as well versed as you in all of the stuff, and they make you feel, you know, kind of make you question who you are in the midst of things.
Hmm. That's very true. So okay, we get to one other thing.
Yeah.
Um, the costumes were dead on,
Oh my.
and
I like it.
I really want to talk about my man's Coogee sweater when he walked into the bar at the end with
Yeah.
the glasses. I was like, oh my god, they nailed this outfit, her outfit too. I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like
Yeah.
everything was genre specific, but how they nailed that, I was like, I felt like I walked right into a club in the '90s when dude walked in the door. I was like, oh, what are we
Right.
watching?
Right.
What are we watching right now?
Yeah. Yes. And I thought, you know, everybody got, I ain't gonna say got what they wanted, but in that space they could be together. They wouldn't have been able to be together during that time,
Yep.
you
Yeah.
know, or anything like that, because
Well,
that was,
they got what they wanted. I'm sure
and he
the
got, and the brother got what he wanted, was with to be with the baby,
okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he got to be with the baby,
Right.
and then dude wanted to be
with old girl.
You're
with
right.
old girl,
You're
and they can
right.
do it forever. You're right.
You're absolutely right. I had forgotten
Wow,
about
that
that
just
portion.
clicked.
Yeah.
And I forgot about that too. So they let old boy just pass away naturally? They didn't come after him after that?
They told him not to.
Well, he
Remember?
told him. Remember, he said, I promised my brother I'll leave you
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
alone.
you're right. Right.
And then what was to me so out cold, he was like, "You ain't got long."
Oh, that was fucked up.
I
Now,
was
with
like,
that being said, it's kind of jacked up because it was 70
That's
years later.
foul.
You know,
you can live forever because you ain't really got that long.
Right, you ain't got no long anyway.
I was like, no, I don't know if
I
you
was
need to
like,
be.
that's your last touche, huh, bro? That's how you gonna leave me like that? Well, fuck you too. That's messed up.
And I like that he liked that he named the place after the girl.
mm,
Oh
The
yeah. Hmm.
yeah, so that was nice. I was like, oh, you know, that was his coming of age, puberty, whatever, but all of the things, you know, for
All
him.
of the things. I guess everything at the end, no matter how horrific it ended,
Yeah,
all came together full circle in a nice way. Everybody got what they wanted for the most part.
yeah.
Except for the
Except for
people who died early.
Well, I mean,
I'm going. Do you think the Asian people wanted? They didn't get what they want. She wanted to love her husband, and then he
Mhm.
went out and got turned to a vampire, and they had to kill him. She didn't want to do that, but
she
gotta
was
go.
she was putting too many people at risk. I almost wanted to just throw her out.
well, I mean, honestly, I wish she would have been the one that walked out because she screwed the whole party up. But I guess if she don't go, if she died early, then we don't have a movie. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he was, like, and just yeah, because I was like, ain't no way if all this going on that I'm gonna decide that that's a good time to leave. None of these people are coming back, and they coming back looking like vampires. Oh, I'm about to go to the car.
yeah,
for
Go ahead.
what?
Yeah, I'm
Anyone
like,
in there?
yeah.
unless that car was
For
right next to
what?
the door, like literally,
You're
I'm
you're
stuck in the
not gonna make it.
yeah,
Huh.
and then I'm still not trusting it anyway. They're freaking. We don't even know what it is. We don't
Right.
even. Yeah, so why am I doing that?
Yeah.
You see, they can move from here to there instantaneously. What makes you think you can outrun that?
Right. And be sitting up in the car with you, and you don't even know how they got there. I just no, thank you.
Right. As soon as you get to the car, they're right there. Like, what you oh, you wanted this?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
so but I do think that that literally like one of them all-time great movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic for sure.
Hmm.
It's an instant classic for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure for a lot of, we're speaking from a perspective of having all that insight. It's a lot of people that movie probably went right over their heads. All these things that we talking about that we noticed that we excited about, you know. Um, the unfortunate part about it is a lot of people who probably a lot of people who looked at that and missed so much of what we just talked about for the last 35 minutes.
I don't know. I mean, based on the Oscar buzz, I think a lot of people understood it. Well, the right people understood it.
Hmm. You
But
know what?
yeah, well, I don't know the right people. I don't know.
I'm
Let me say
go
that again. I meant
I'm
that in
going
the aspect of other
maybe,
artists.
maybe not. I'm with you, Dre. Like maybe not.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
some people, because some people
you're
go and sit
right.
down and just be like, I don't even know what the hype is about this movie. Anytime that you don't go to be entertained, like
Yeah.
if there's actually a message in the movie, a lot of people get upset with that. I didn't come here to think. I've heard people say
Well,
that.
I mean, think about Kendrick's halftime performance. There's so many
Right.
people who were like, "Oh, that was this, and you got this, and then that happened," and other people was like, "Man, that was some garbage." Because, like Trish said, they weren't they weren't going to absorb the messages. They just wanted to be entertained, and they found the
Mhm.
entertainment not to be entertaining.
Right.
We were
I
entertained because we were educated at the same time.
I, st- I I can't act like I didn't know, so I don't know. Like if I still thought it was a good show. Yes, I saw
Oh,
all of the stuff, but I don't even know how the people didn't even think it was a good show. Like even if you didn't know half of the stuff, I still thought his presentation and the
I agree.
choreography and all of the other stuff was like still top tier. So like even without all of the messages, and that's
people
what yeah,
people's
yeah. As I
people
scratch my head.
opinions are like buttholes.
Every
Everybody
yeah,
has one.
right.
You saw that coming.
I mean, I
Hmm.
heard somebody say that they didn't like the Prince halftime performance. I'm going, dog, that was the best halftime performance, arguably ever. What are you talking about?
You play guitar, electric guitar in the rain and dance in high heels. I dare
Singing
you.
Purple Rain in the rain in heels. Are you kidding me? Come on,
I
dude.
dare you.
Come on.
Look, I
I
wouldn't even try it. So uh, yeah. Oh, and the other thing, as we're talking about the movie too, because I just had this moment of when I was talking about like the different religions and everything else, and everybody getting what they want. She had that. You remember he carried the hoodoo bag or what have you that always protected him, but he was
oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he didn't die until he took that off
You're right.
Hmm.
Wait,
at the end when he was
did
shooting
he
up
take it
everybody.
off before
He took it
that?
off. he knew that he was about to set everybody up and kill all of them on that next day. But he
He did
came along.
walk in there like Black Clint Eastwood and just let everybody have it.
And he was like, okay, my military experience is coming into play right now. I got all of y'all, you know. And then they said that, which was crazy too, when you think about it, it's like, and this is me being kind of like my extra woo-woo itself. So where they had the club was places that they killed Black people. You know, that was the KKK spot. So energetic
Oh, okay.
to shift the energy of that space to make it where people actually celebrate it. I think, and this is just me talking now, but it's like to shift the energy of that space to be a space where, you know, as they say, the music elevated and shifted the energy of that to being from a place of hate to a place of love.
Wow, I did not, that didn't even click. I just, in my head, I was just like, oh, wow, what a good flip. It was flipped a KK place into a juke joint. Ha ha. It's like buying the plantation. Ha ha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. But I see it from that. But okay, I had a corny perspective, but I feel you.
Mm. I mean, you know, like that's just be me, you know, sometimes when
Wow.
my all the extra. Like,
No,
oh,
You are woo woo. That's you.
but again, though, you pointed out something
Wow,
that
that's cool.
may or may not have been intentional. I mean, it was obvious intentional was put in there, whether or not it was an intentionality to bring that point to show that we redefine the word. We redefine the word. We don't say ER now. We say A. And you know, y'all used to kill people here. Now we are having a great time. We partying. It's that same kind of redefining of a situation.
mm-hmm.
Got you.
I still don't
I
like the
feel
A,
you,
but
man.
that's just my
Yeah, yeah,
personal.
yeah. I got you, but no
No,
doubt,
I
no.
But I
understand. I
get it.
understand.
But I
I
get it. But
understand.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
I can't co-sign. I get what you're saying though. Oh goodness, because I'm
Oh, I
like,
respect that so much out of you.
you know, one day I can't even say like I would ever change that. I doubt that it will ever change. You know, and everybody has like really good arguments, and I'm like, I'm here for all of the arguments, and I'm still gonna be like,
I guess depending on who you know, I don't. Do I love it? No. But some people have such an eloquent way with their vernacular with it that sometimes I'm not offended when they say it.
you
You
know,
know, similar, you know.
I can't say that I would never, I can't say I ain't never used it, so I'm not gonna do that. You know, I'm not gonna say that I don't appreciate wordplay at times. Um, I still think that it's like one of those things. Like I don't, certain words I don't think need to be shifted.
I agree. I
And
understand.
that, you know, and
I
that's just,
understand that perspective.
yeah. So I may change. Who knows? Maybe 10 years from
See,
now, I'll be like, you know, maybe something else is different for me. I don't know. I just haven't. You know, that's really
well
like.
before they called us niggers.
Hmm.
Negro means black in
Yeah.
Spanish. So many other derivatives of the word negro of
Hmm.
other in other languages meaning black.
I'm cool with that.
Um,
It's like that in Italian too.
right. So you know they made up a word
Yeah,
and
I've
gave
seen
it
all of them.
and gave it meaning.
Riddle.
I and you know
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't put that much emphasis on it.
I
I'd
mean, I
rather
do
have
and I don't. I just don't like it. I think the place I really don't like it is in music because I think especially now
Hmm.
it's a lot of other cultures that feel free to use it and because it's just been part of the music that they've grown up with. So
yes.
if that's the only music that you've ever grown up with and that term is used there in that language all the time in that music all the time, you don't know anybody. You didn't come from a time where that's not a good word and then all of a sudden it's being used all the time. From
Yeah.
where you came up, it's being used all the time. And even
Because
living in Europe, there was a few times I had to tell people like, don't not when I'm around.
Okay,
I
but
try and fight that battle because it is in every aspect of just about every modern pop culture, right?
Right.
Um, and y- I understood to an extent, wanting to fight against it because I understand the connotation and the history. Um, but if a person can turn on a radio, not even put in a CD on the
mhm.
radio and hear it, you know, I'm not as long as you understand. It's like, look, I don't care if you homosexual. That's your thing. Yeah, shit to do with me. Long as you know that I don't get down like that, we can be cool. Long as you understand the rules, you know, do not use that word in that negative connotation around or towards me, because then you're gonna deal with the repercussions of that word. But in terms of just everyday conversations, I'm not tripping. Now, do I surround myself with people who are not of the culture, who just want to freely use the word? No, not necessarily. But if I'm around people and it goes, look, dude, I don't care what, I can turn my TV on, turn it almost any of the pay channels, flip through, find one, and I'm gonna find it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna find that word within 3 or 4 movies. If I turn on XM radio, shit, there's 4 stations I can't turn to because I'm gonna hear it every other word.
Right.
You know, so
Podcast as well.
yeah, so I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna put that kind of emphasis on it. You understand what it is,
Mhm.
whatever. I got enough things that go on in this world that I want to put emphasis on. But I understand if someone else has a different opinion. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. I got to this point because I've gotten, because of the things that I've been through in life. You
Mhm.
know, um, but no, I'm not gonna down anybody who is completely against it, you know. Um
Like I said, I can't act like I've never used it or anything like
yeah,
that. It's not my preference, and I just,
yeah.
for me, I just don't think,
Yeah, no
you know,
worries.
is yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm always gonna say it because I don't want it. It's almost like how people embrace the B word as women. Like that's, they're to me the same. It's just like I never really embraced that either.
I get
Um,
that. That drives me crazy
yeah,
too. I don't get that. I don't get
yeah.
that at
So
all.
so it's just one of those, it's just a personal thing that it's like language is very important to me as far as like, I'm big into affirmations.
Mhm.
I can't use the term and like because it's I'm like, oh B, you have a fantastic day. What? I like I don't to me it just everything is
So
coming
I
from you,
think
bitch.
I
Like I
think we have all been to an extent conditioned, because I think I got to this point because I have been conditioned to it, to where it's just like it
yeah,
doesn't really
yeah,
bother me.
yeah.
Um and maybe it should, because without the conditioning, maybe I see it the way you see it, because the whole bitch thing, yeah, I see it the exact same way you see it. Like, dude, how are you doing that? But then as I'm sitting here and we're having this conversation and I'm
Mm.
rationalizing, I'm like, well, dog, it's kind of the same thing,
I
because
was just gonna say. I've always felt like they were the same. Like it's coming from me, but I always felt like they were the same, and I wouldn't want to talk to
self-deprecating, self-degrading,
not for anybody I care about. Because if I'm
Yeah.
gonna use the
Well,
term,
it's not respectful either because we my former business partners, the lead trainer is female, and we had
mhm,
this one trainer that we hired. And she was kind of talking in an affectionate way, but she was like, "Oh yeah, such and such over there. She's such a boss bitch," and meaning it in her positive way. That's what
right?
that genre, that
I,
group of people
yes,
say now. But I'm just like, hell no. But then at the same time, the two
they got,
other partners would describe her and say she's just a badass bitch, or this bitch is, knows everything. And I'm just looking at her like, why are you letting them,
I would
like, you are a financial partner with them. Like, why are they disrespecting you like this? Like, this company doesn't run if you don't do certain things. And why are you letting this bounce off your shoulders? Like, to the point where I'm getting offended. And then I just had to walk away from it. Like, this not my world.
Listen,
I can't do it.
a redefining of the word that we redefined versus redefine. There have been no redefinition of
This is-
female pregnant dog. I mean, you look it up, the definition is still the same. Pregnant female
It
dog.
doesn't show up as a boss. It never showed up as a boss. It didn't show up as a boss. Like, I
I'm
don't
just
know.
saying.
And literally it's so popular. And I know, like I'm really not popular, probably even with the thought, but I just felt like I don't really, I've just always kind of felt that way, because it's like, dang, I almost wonder, because there was a time where if you didn't flow with people advances, that was the first name they called you. I almost wondered if it's one of those kind of Jedi psycho mind tricks we do on ourselves a little bit to make it positive when we've heard it negatively. I don't even understand it, but I'd be coming up with trying to figure it out. Like, how did it get to it being okay? Like, did you start kind of self-deprecating yourself before someone else could and make it good? Like, was it the same thing? Like, because you hear it so much, did you condition yourself to like, oh, we're now going to make it a great thing? Okay. Like, how that happen?
Right? Yeah, I don't get it, because why would you let somebody, if you don't use that term with yourself, then why would you
I've always had
allow
Well,
somebody else to use that term?
that's the thing. That's
and maybe that's the thing too.
maybe she does, and maybe
Right.
maybe they got the go ahead because she referred to herself in this manner in such a way. I mean, in over time they just adapted it, because you would hear somebody say, "I'm a boss bee" all the time, which
Yeah, I don't know. In this particular instance, it's not a term she would use for herself, and that's why I used to.
Yeah, kind of be it like.
That's why I used to. That's why I used to. I'd be like, I can't even be in this conversation. All right, y'all go ahead and talk. I'm good. Give me the cliff notes.
I remember having this, like, me and a friend of mine had to like say something to this one lady. We were at a bar here in Charlotte, and it was like three of us black women, and the one that the person said it to was actually older than the two of us.
Oh,
And someone came in from a restaurant that she frequents. Like, so it was the owner of the restaurant. She frequented the restaurant. And she was like, hey, to me, saying hey bitch to anybody over 55 or 60 is
you trying to fight?
crazy. It's just crazy. Like, how was that a term of endearment? But they were talking, and she ended up saying it, and me and my friend looked like our face looked like deer in headlights. Like, what the like? And then we were just like kind of let her talk for a second. It was like, yeah, we don't respond well to that. Like,
how you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, because we were just like kind of shocked that she felt so comfortable to, like, we're literally out in public at a bar, sitting at the bar, and you come up to someone over. To me, like, I'm not saying it's okay anyway, but like, I can understand more 20, 30. But when you start hitting 40, 50, 60, and somebody's coming up to you, referring to you like that, that's just kind of, to me, I was just like, oh yeah, if that's what y'all do, this ain't what we do.
clearly
it's great meeting you, but we can't use that.
She was accepting of it, because had someone come to you and said that, yeah, you shut that down to begin with. The lady that you seem to be speaking of, she seemed to have been much more accepting of that, because you ain't saying nothing about her checking,
She didn't, but we did. Like, it was just like, and I've had to, even with some of my friends who are.
She's probably, look, that lady probably looked at you like, bitch, I wasn't talking to you.
See,
but no.
Oh fuck.
I'm just saying that's probably what she said
in her head.
She didn't say it out loud, but in her head.
She might have in her head, and it wasn't like we were rude. We're just like
Oh,
we're down like that. That's just like I and I've had to say that to certain friends like that were on that path, that do that. And I was just like, look here, I don't do good with it. I ain't gonna never call you that. Please don't call me that. And it took them a minute, for some, but most of my friends don't do that anyway. But if I meet somebody new that's attached to somebody else, and I'm just like, I have too much respect for you to ever, unless I'm pissed when I call you that, please understand. It's gonna be
I
on
mean,
something different.
look, it's
Like
it's
it's
it,
oh, we about to fight. There's going to be an altercation.
yeah.
I'm
So
open. If I've called you that, I am open for the smoke. I want all the smoke.
Absolutely, I'm
If
inviting the smoke.
yeah, whatever you got, I'm
mhm.
opening the door. I'm pushing whatever button needs to be pushed because I didn't call you that.
Yeah,
Right here goes my lighter.
and and I just it's like, but everybody's doing it. It's just like it's like I said, I love you and me too much to refer you as that, even if it's people I don't know. And I think they look at me weird when I say that. I'm like, girl, I care about you too much to call you that. There's nothing in my spirit to will allow me to call you that. I
It's
can't.
a
I'll
respect
call you
factor.
a queen. I'll call you a goddess. I'll call you some other stuff. But that I can't call you unless I'm pissed. I mean, if I call you that, that's what I mean. I'm never doing that out of a term of endearment.
Right,
So
I'm coming for you on that.
because because it's been so prevalent for women, where it's like they're very comfortable using that term to describe themselves, and I'm like, oh wow, and it is the boss be era and all this that and the um, I'm not that.
You can't be
I
a
mean,
boss lady, boss
you
bomb,
will have
boss woman.
people if you scroll
Hmm.
enough, you will find women n- not even younger. I would say older than us that are referring to themselves as bitches, and
Yeah,
I'm
but it's a music thing too. A lot everybody's one in the music. They
Right,
Uchi,
right.
like they I'm the baddest. I'm this. It's all of the
But see, even with that, the N word with the A
Mhm.
that was redefined well before hip hop was born.
Mhm.
Listen to Richard Pryor stand up.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That redefinition
Mhm.
happened,
Prior. Mhm.
way prior civil rights era. Kind of,
Mhm.
that's when that kind of that
Mhm.
transformation probably happened. Because that's when I started hearing the A.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I
you
believe my
know,
mom told me that a while ago. She was like something like that. Yeah, I remember hearing it as a little kid, though, for sure, for sure. The difference between the two and when to be alert.
Mhm.
Because if it's the ER, something's not right.
Mhm.
If it's the if it's the A, then you good. You're all
Mhm.
right.
but this kind of
But
goes back
ER
to
means things are unsafe.
what we talked about last month or the last podcast in terms of the the system when we were growing up came for young black men. Now the
Mhm.
system is definitely coming for our young ladies.
Mhm.
This is
I
just
Mm.
mean, they ain't left y'all alone now.
no. But
But
now you
yeah, it's
see
very more
see much
captive.
more intentionality in terms of well, we're gonna focus on the women.
Mhm.
You know,
I mean, isn't it how they used to always say, you take that down, you done took everything down.
yeah.
You know, um, I always say, like, because we're the first. I mean, we bring you here, like, so,
Yeah. Yeah.
so like if you mess that up, then you just kind of are have guaranteed. I ain't gonna even say guaranteed because there are some people who are extremely resilient and their spirit goes beyond. But that's
Hmm.
jacked up if that's the first place you start and that's messed up.
Yeah.
That, yeah. Fact. Well,
Like and I've worked with people, over the years, and it's a thing where um some of the most abused people still want that love.
that's
Mm.
how they feel or receive love. Yeah, I get
Mm.
that. I get that. Or
Like
feel
it
loved.
treat them the worst than the worst. And if you don't have that initially, You can always make it, but that's like a harder thing to come
Yeah,
through.
you going uphill
Hmm.
backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
get there. You get there.
Wow.
you're gonna get it.
You gonna get
It's gonna, as I always say, it's gonna be the scenic route.
Yeah.
it's gonna be a minute. Hope your legs are worked out.
Honey.
Right.
Well, they coming after folks, but I mean, I'm in Arizona, so we second on the totem pole out here.
Hmm.
Actually, third on the totem pole on as the most hated group of people. So I feel a little bit more comfortable. As long as my
Hmm.
name ain't Jesus or something like that, they ain't coming for me.
You
Yet,
know,
yet, they on their way.
it's this foolishness. I don't. What
They
would we?
are they are true. You oh, here's something interesting though. You saw the Attorney General. You gotta look this up. The Attorney General of Arizona said on the news, and in fact, the newscaster was kind of taken aback, had to clutch the pearls when she said it. She was like, "Well, if ICE comes to Arizona, you do realize that Arizona is an open carry state with a fight or flight law. Are you correct with that, right?" And dude was kind of like, yeah. He was like, so if somebody's coming up to me and doesn't identify who they are wearing a mask, I do have the right to defend myself, don't I? And dude was like, so are you telling people of Arizona to defend themselves? If you don't understand or if it's not clearly interpreted to you or who that person is, you have the right to defend yourself. Dude, the newscaster glasses, he didn't have a follow-up question for that. They just went back to the regular newscast. I said, oh, hell no.
But with that being said, you don't think it's
Hopefully,
strategic as to where they went? I mean, they're all across the country, but
Mhm.
they're mainly what's the laws in Minneapolis? Is that an open carry state?
I
I
don't
imagine.
believe so. Exactly.
Then
Exactly.
again, then again, I might. What was that when the dude was sitting on the car with the AR-15? Him and the girl, black guy, black. I forget where that was. Either way, I think it's jacked up. I mean, this is some. They are blatantly doing from the top down. The things that they're doing is like, okay, we don't give a fuck that you see what we doing. You
Mhm.
can't do nothing about it. We're
Well,
gonna we're gonna we're gonna do things globally. We're
yeah.
gonna do things domestically to benefit this one group of people.
Hmm.
The
I think
dying group of people at that.
I think that's why though. I think
They're
when things
desperate.
are shifting and
Have
people
more babies.
that ain't always been their strong suit.
Well, listen.
Well, there's not one their strong suit, and half of their babies are going the opposite direction in which they want them to go and having babies. So
I'm not messing with you.
I'm just saying, you gave your daughter courtside tickets at the NBA game. What you expect gonna happen? Daddy, I want you to meet Jamal. That's
Oh,
your fault, pimp. That's your fault.
Oh goodness.
they took her to a hockey game.
Still like hockey.
Oh,
Well,
Don't be
with
mad at
that,
me when I'm right.
yeah. So, um, mm,
I
I don't,
digress. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you threw me off for a second. 'Cause I was like, okay, what do I do with that? What do I say? Because
I just wanted to.
that has been a thing. So
yeah. Well,
that has been a thing. So that
look,
thing's,
I don't
whatever.
have an answer to any of this. Just be safe, protect yourself, try and keep your head down, and because it's so jacked up, and that's a whole nother conversation that I don't really want to start. But I'm like, we here because people didn't act earlier, and now all of these things are going on. And it's crazy because I never deleted anybody off my timeline. I kept everybody because I want to see where you are, especially after 2020. And I realized, some of these people, um, that I have as social media contacts. um, some of us have some very different perspectives on life, and you don't. And these are people that I've interacted with on a, at some point on a regular, because I accept friendship. Like, well, damn, we're completely different. And now that we're in the second iteration of the DT show, um, people's views have not. Some have changed. Some have like, oh, that was wrong. Okay, maybe they don't say that, but you don't see the open support and for this. But then you see other people and you see the support, and I'm going, damn, you racist. You're a racist motherfucker. I didn't even know. And I'm like, damn, if you continue to support things that are going on because they're like, oh, we're getting out the criminals. Every person that they touched and talked to is a criminal. They're only Hispanic fucking criminals in this country. They're only a Hispanic rapist in this country. Are you kidding me? That came from across the border. They're the ones causing the problems. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Fuck out of here with that shit.
Hey,
I mean,
man,
once again, can
that's
we, you, sir,
Give me the Epstein files. Let's start there. Shit.
honey, are that you a convicted sex offender anyway? How about, can we just there?
Right. You kicking people out the country because they've committed crime. Dude, you a 36 time.
I'm just saying, how's
You're
everybody else
36
getting kicked out for doing shit you did? I don't understand.
I wonder, I often wonder, like, what do he got on these people? He got to have something for them to just be like, amen, cornering.
Look,
so he know where some bodies are. He know where the bodies are at.
Videotape people.
Honey,
You think Diddy came up with that idea? It was an original idea. I'm sure they got dirt. They got dirt on. Yeah.
Okay, so
Wait,
okay.
man, we need to go on that note.
Right.
Listen, what was I about to say? We're starting to get the storm here. So,
Oh, okay, you got to go.
I mean, I don't know what that means, but
What does that mean? You're starting to get the storm.
the storm that's
The
coming.
the great storm of 2026. The one
Yeah.
that you in the midst of
Oh,
back
okay.
there in Michigan.
I'm like, it's coming. I'm like, it's been snowing here for 2 days. What the hell you talking about?
Listen, we just got our
He like, I got 30 inches of snow and -2 degrees. What are you
exactly?
talking about?
That's what I'm about to. I was trying to check the temperature. I'm like, what are we at right now? Have we reached double digits? Nope, still not double digits, but we are positive today.
Well,
Oh, all right, at least you're positive.
We probably had maybe an inch of snow, but now I hear the rain. So usually because it's so warm here, it turns to ice. So you tend to have more ice storms.
Yeah.
So hopefully we're not impacted. But I just heard this, the ice and the rain. So
we can start recording.
I
got blue skies.
I thought we changed the subject. I'm like, oh, we still recording.
We still recording. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all I was saying. Yeah.
I got blue skies.
Yeah.
Not
well,
it was cold this morning. It was like 50, 55.
Okay. Yeah, so this I'm sure be, I think this today is like the day it's supposed they've been scared all week, so it's been a thing.
Yeah.
It's
That sounds terrifying on this side of the country. It sounds terrifying. The way the news
I'm
fast
like,
is happening.
okay, and I'm, me being from Michigan, I'm just like, okay, they talking about the snow again. Like, we'll just see if it comes because sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And I'm, unless they tell me to really, 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 but I'm just like, okay,
what I can tell you, I was actually out yesterday and today for a minute, and I will tell you this shit is bad. I will tell you we have not had consistent winter weather like this that we've had over the last 2.5 weeks in quite some time. This is what we grew up with.
Oh, okay.
That kind of snow. Real winter.
Yes. Yes. Like it's been snowing every day.
Okay.
An inch here, inch there. Today we're supposed to get 4 inches. Yeah. It's been snowing all day. I shoveled, went to the store around the corner. I was gone maybe a half hour. When I came back, I couldn't even see my footprints.
Wow.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it.
Yeah. So I'll do my week because this is probably be like the few days, and things will be shut down. So I'm kind of cool. I was just, I appreciate the stillness of it, especially being somewhere that like everything kind of shuts down. Like I just like the calm and the stillness when it gets like this, and
It's
nobody
quiet.
really. It's a different.
I do miss that. That I do miss.
Now,
Yeah.
I wanted to. I was talking to my mom about it. I'm like, I wanted to go out and take some pictures, and I'm like, I needed to be. This is it has the look, but I'm gonna need a couple more degrees outside.
What's wrong? 1 degree ain't good for you? 3 ain't good for you?
And I need double digits, preferably starting with at least a 2. Okay.
You say anything outside of that? No.
Yeah.
At least
I'm good on that because wind chill. Now we still talking. We can still
Yeah.
get to 0 with the wind chill. So no.
Yes.
I understand. I don't go to Michigan past October. It's a no.
I enjoy being there for the holidays. So because it wasn't nothing going on. So I hadn't done that in a while. So that was great. I do need to spend more time there just to visit more and see what all is going on because it's changed so much.
It's cold.
It wasn't that bad over the holiday though.
I ain't doing
it. So
I don't have a comment. That's my comment.
I was like, did you freeze?
Nope.
I got a comment.
That's my comment to everything y'all just said. I don't have a comment. Not even no comment. I don't have a comment.
Well, all right. On that note, I will sign us off.
Okay, so go ahead.
So once again, it is another episode of 6 to 12 Eyes podcast. You can find us on 6 to 12 Eyes podcast. That is on YouTube and on our various social media channels as well. You can also see it reposted on Miss Latricia Penny's site, Root of the Matter, and Latricia Penny's many Instagram pages that she has that I cannot keep up with. It's very hard to tag her and everything because Latricia Penny keeps coming up. But make sure you check her out. She's got some good stuff. You got anything good coming up that we need to know about yet?
Oh,
besides,
I have another my collaborative conversation with Kendrick McMillan on Tuesday at 8 on YouTube.
Please watch that, and I'll make sure I retweet that as well. Xavier Black, you got anything coming up, sir?
Nope. Most of my big announcements come up next month.
I like how that works too. And I am
the art behind it, sir.
Oh yeah, well he did do the artwork behind there, but he's not going to talk about it too much yet. But things are coming, y'all. Dre's doing some big things. Yeah, I'm sure Xavier Black's doing some big things. And I am Sherman, aka Mr. Harris. You can find me on Coach Sherman. That is CoachSherman.com. I actually have everything going on for all your fitness needs. Let me know what's going on, and then anything I have going on social media wise, it is Sherman, aka Mr. Harris on Instagram, or hit me on Instagram at Coach Sherman on IG, and that way I'll make sure I get back to you. But other than that, if you got any subjects that want to come up or you want to talk about or would like to hear us talk about, please go on to our YouTube site, 6 to 12 Eyes, like, subscribe, pop in something on the chat, some stuff that we can come up with, and we'll be more than happy to talk about it and give you our perspective on it. Y'all got anything else?
Deuces.
All good. All right. 6 to 12 Eyes podcast, y'all. We'll see you next week or next time. Peace.
All right. Peace.